What if the internet went dark for 24 hours? Your phone just lost every bar. So did the planet. What happens in the next 24 hours will shock you. Here's what would happen. The stock market would freeze. Without the internet, trading would halt. Investors would be forced to wait until the next day to see how their portfolios fared. Planes would have to reroute manually. Pilots use the internet to file flight plans and receive weather updates. Without it, they'd have to rely on old-school methods, like radio beacons and paper maps. Some flights would likely be canceled altogether. Crypto would equal zero. Crypto investors would panic. With no way to trade or exchange crypto, its value would plummet to zero. Cash would become king. Without digital payment networks like Visa and MasterCard, people would have to rely on cold, hard cash to buy goods and services. The only way to get your hands on some greenbacks would be to visit an ATM, but with no way to verify their identities. Most people would be out of luck. Local radio would make a comeback. Without the internet or TV, people would turn to local radio stations for news and information. This could be a big problem for stations that rely on internet-connected equipment to broadcast. They would have to switch to backup generators and batteries, which might not last very long. Hackers would be blamed. With no way to verify the cause of the outage, fingers would quickly start pointing at hackers. It would be a confusing and frustrating situation with no clear answers. But what if this wasn't a cyber attack? What if it was a solar storm? A massive burst of energy from the sun could damage satellites and disrupt communications on Earth. This has happened before, and it could happen again. Comment below with the first thing you'd do if the internet went down for 24 hours. The best answers will be pinned. Now check out this video on what would happen if all the money in the world disappeared. Or this video on why your phone battery dies so fast. Thanks for watching.